User profiles is really the same topic as accounts, and you can have obviously many different accounts or user profiles on a given machine. There are really three kinds of these things. We have local accounts, which are accounts that I would create right on a particular machine. You also have Microsoft accounts. These are accounts that when you create them are kept on Microsoft servers, and you can use those to log on to any machine if and only if it has been set up to allow that account. The third is a domain account. These are accounts where you don't actually log on to the individual machine. You're logging on to the network or the server, and in turn it creates a local profile for that particular machine. So we have these three types. All three of them have to have a profile on a given machine, but not all of them have to have it before you can log on to it. I'm going to demonstrate the three types here. Let's talk about local accounts. So a local account, I'm going to open up here. This is a domain controller. So this is a server you're looking at right now, and I've got some users that exist in some of these units here. And now I've got a client machine. In this client machine, let's see what accounts it has right now. The easiest way for me to see them quickly is just to go to see users, and now I can see the list of users here. I've got a public user account, a Frank Roberts account, a Roger account, and a Roger.z.admin account. So what if I want to add just a local account? Well, I'm just going to go to the manage here and then go down to users, local users, and groups, and add a user. So we'll add a user named Charlie, and we'll give Charlie a password. And I'm going to turn off user must change password, and then I'll just put password never expires. And I'll go ahead and create that account. Now Charlie has an account on this machine that he can log in to this local machine. Now he's not logging into the domain, he's just logging into this local machine. As a matter of fact, back here on the domain controllers, we do not see Charlie come up at all because this is simply a local account. The Microsoft account is one where, let's see here, let's go to users, or accounts actually it's called, and we'll say other users, and it wants me to add an account, add someone else to this PC. If I click that, it says Microsoft account. So it's asking me for a Microsoft login. In other words, this account is kept on Microsoft servers, but I have to create a copy of it on this particular machine in order for it to run. The next option we have is a domain account. So to demonstrate this, I'm going to bring up my server, and right now you see that we have a user called Fred on this server. However, if we go over to the client that is a member of this domain, I'm going to go ahead and click See Users. You'll see that we do not have a Fred here. So I'm just going to go ahead and log out on this client machine. In fact, I'll just say Switch User. And I will log back in under Other User and under Fred. Now you would think Fred would not be able to get on. However, you'll discover that Fred will be able to log on. So Fred's logging on now for the first time, even though he did not have an account on this client machine. So the account that he's logging on to is not a local account. It is a domain account. Now, while this thing's setting up, I'm going to pause the video. So here we are back again. We're back on that client machine, and I'm going to go ahead and click this guy here, go to PC, See Users, and now you'll see that Fred suddenly has a space on this account where his documents and so on exist. This is his profile. Now, along with this profile also come things like what screensaver and desktops and settings and so on does Fred like to have. And that will follow Fred throughout the domain. He will also follow Fred from one computer to another if he has a Microsoft account, and each of those computers in turn has a Microsoft Fred user that has been set up on that particular machine. So to recap, a local account just requires a setup on a particular machine. A Microsoft account requires a setup on the Microsoft servers and on the local machine on which it will be used. And then a domain account just needs a domain account itself on the server, but it will set itself up an account on the machine from which you log on.